Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Macedo is the best.
Okay. I normally don't do celebrity gossip or celebrity, news, but I'll do this one. Like I do a few that I feel have massive importance. Whether it could be on personal branding, like Kim Kardashian making big money, or this female did this shocking thing and her stock, a brand signed up with her, or something like that. Okay. Otherwise, I'm not very much into relationships. Like, my model friend, she sent me, what is that, J-Lo and what's his name? Alex? Not Alex. Can't even get his name. The guy who starred in Batman. Can't even get his name. Ben Affleck. Yeah, Ben Affleck. They got back together. So that kind of news doesn't interest me that much. But this one, I will speak about it. The reason being is, like many people did comment when I put the screenshot in the community news. They said, Loy, I expected more out of you, better standards. One female said, please, I don't come to your channel for celebrity gossip. Please maintain your dignity, or something like that. Then one other guy, oh, even you, no other job, nothing else to do. Okay. The reason I want to share my thoughts, especially with Aamir Khan, is because I like the guy. I like the character he portrays, the roles that he plays. I like the public persona that he has. I like the way he carries himself. And I like what he has done with his life, in the sense as whatever he shows. Like, obviously you cannot judge or figure out what a person is privately. So out of whatever I've known out of him through media channels, I've liked it. And I think he's a very intelligent, balanced, well-articulated, smart man. Okay? So my video might be a little biased supporting him, but I'll give you my logical reasons and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. And I'll also address some of the controversies with regards to the divorce. Now, after the divorce happened, I waited for a few days because I wanted to read what people had to say. I wanted to read what the media had to say. And yes, as usual, media came with a lot of nonsense. Boycott Aamir Khan. Another one was, what? Love jihad. Love jihad. Oh, he's converting our poor Hindu sisters to Muslims. And then what else? Oh, he cheated with one. He's going for a new actress who acted with him in Dangal. I can't get her name or something. And some Seema Khan, Sheena Khan, whatever. Okay. And then Aamir Khan is a bad guy. Aamir Khan this. Okay. I'll address one. Okay. Now, before I address these silly things like love jihad and all that, let me tell you that I have had experience in getting a divorce. Okay. I've had 3 divorces in my life. And I can tell you this much, that every divorce is not a joke. Okay. Divorce is not fun and games. It's not something to be taken lightly. Like, when you have Britney Spears got married, or I don't know, or Kim Kardashian got married and within a few days got divorced, or this female got married in few hours, she broke up. Mariah Carey married and broke up. When we see these actors and actresses getting married and divorced, we think it's go marry, go get divorced. No, it doesn't operate like that. One thing I can assure you, that The marriage, yes, there are some people who fake marriages for publicity and then move on to the divorce for publicity. It is a strategy that some people, although it's not proven, but in all other circumstances, I can assure you that it does have an impact, if not a stigma. There are, in most cases, there are lawyers involved, there are parties involved, and you know, when you have emotions and feelings for someone, either party, either A or B, either the man or woman, it leaves bitter feelings. Okay, now forget the aspect that you're going to be hurt. You know, you're going to be under public scrutiny, public mockery, public judgment, and friends become enemies and relationships get ruined, and if the prenuptials are not made, you lose millions. Now, with regards to Westerners, if they get divorced, and you know, they obviously have to pay the wife something. That's why I find it funny when women cry for equal rights, but they want free money. And then every kid that the person has to get an amount of money. Just check, what's his name? That guy, what? P. Diddy, right? Not P. Diddy, man. That Dr. Dre, yeah, Dr. Dre. How much he has to pay per kid? It's not a joke. And when you have to do it month after month after month. So, in Amir Khan's case, okay, being Indian, maybe he didn't have to, I don't know, I'm assuming, he didn't have to pay a big sum of money or whatever. Maybe they made an agreement between themselves. But I can assure you this much, that when you're talking of a relationship that has spanned 15 years, oh goodness, just imagine 15 years. If you're 20, now you're 35. If you're 35 and you got married, now you're 50. It's not a small number, man. You know the impact it would have on your life. It's quite a lot. Now, that is one. The second thing is, whether Amir Khan broke up with his wife, Kiran Rao, for, okay, he's in love with someone else, or he's cheating on her, or whatever. One is, we don't know. We can speculate, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Most probably it is, okay? Because others, why should he? Now, if he has fallen in love with someone else, so what? I mean, you expect people to remain the same. Like, are you the same when you were 10 years old? Were you the same when you became 20? When you were 20 years old, were you the same when you were 30? You know, we change. So we eat chocolates, we don't like. We watch cartoons, we don't like. We like this girl or guy, after a few years, we don't like. Come on, man. We change. You look at me. When I was in my 20s, what was I? Fucking crazy guy. 30s, still not less. 40, only after my baby, this thing. 40 also, I was still a little, but sobered down. But today, I mean, when I look back, I'm like, fuck. People change, man. So maybe his feelings are changed. Maybe he's having an affair. Whatever the case. But people do change over time. And if people change, their preferences change, their wants change, their desires change. You expect the person to forcefully remain in the relationship for a decision that was taken 15 years ago. You know, we change with time. We make new decisions. Okay, the phone that we buy today, the phone that we bought 10 years ago, we would never buy that same phone today. The food that we eat 20 years ago, which we loved, today we might hate it. I'm not trying to equate women to food, but I'm giving you an example of choice and preference. You know, the number of girls I've dated who I thought I could not live without. Today when I look back, I'm like, fuck, what was wrong with me? You know, the girl who I tattooed here on my chest. I couldn't live. Oh, I wanted to literally worship her. I'm telling you, it was that crazy. If she tell me go down on her, I would go down on her the whole day. I was mad about her. I worshipped her, actual worship. And I was crazy about her. She dumped me like a hot potato, destroyed my life. She bumped into me when I was, I think, 36 or something. We chatted again. But I kind of forgave her. But when I started to talk to her, you know, I realized, fuck, what kind of girl is this? Like, it was not that she's bad. Just fucking immature, man. Talking so much of fucking shit. Like, to give you an example, I'm being specific here. She talks to me. Okay, imagine. Now, I was dating her when I was 31 and she was going to be 18, which I didn't know. She told me she's 18. This is another video which I put before. So, okay, by the time we dated and when her birthday came after a month or month and a half, she told me she's 18. I'm like, oh, I thought you were 18. She said, no, I lied because otherwise you wouldn't. Okay, fine, whatever. Now, that time, I was kind of overprotective about her. I would give her toys and teddy bears and buy her things and every day. Now, I was 31 that time. Now, 30, 31, yeah. She bumped into me, I think after, not 36, sorry, 40. What am I thinking? I'm very bad with dates, man. I think it was 40, 39, 40. After a period of 9 years. Okay, forgive me, it's 9 or 10 years. Okay, let's take it as 9 years. So, after 9 years of separation, she bumps into me and online, not face to face. We are talking pleasantries and told her it's okay, it's cool. Whatever happened, happened. Now, as we are talking, you know, I'm obviously going about my business and work and she sends me messages here and there. I added her to my WhatsApp groups. Even those days I had it. I added her in one of my groups where there are CEOs and directors and big guys. I had these groups even back then. So I, out of having a soft corner for her, I put her in these groups. So put her and, you know, she is sending messages, they are chatting, you know, they are chatting now. And most of them are 50, 55, 40 years old. You know, people who have accomplished a lot. One day, we're talking of relationships in the group. Suddenly, she sends me a message. Okay? Now, remember, she 18 versus 35. So, we're talking of, what, 15 years? 18 versus 31. So, 18, 28 is 10, 29, 30, 31. 13 years difference, okay? 13 years. Now, this girl, now she was 18 plus 9. So, you're talking 27 years old, okay? In the group, she sends a message, she sends me a message and tells, you know, I just wanted, I want them to know that there's no one who knows how to eat me better than you, or something, go down on me, or something like that. I was like, what? See, if you're talking one-to-one, you can say, oh, I love the way you eat me, or I love the way you are doing this with me. Fine, one-to-one, you can talk. Sometimes you talk kinky. But in a business group, just imagine someone telling you, I'm going to send it to all your business clients that I love the way you eat me. I was like, are you fucking serious? You know? And then that was already bugging me. And then she started to send me messages like showing the teddy bear that I sent her 9 years ago. And the love letters, obviously, when you're in love, you do all this crazy stuff. She's saying, see, Shanu is not breathing. She's showing me a photograph of the teddy bear and saying, our Shanu, means our baby or something. Our Shanu is not breathing. Our Shanu, I was like, what the fuck are you talking, man? Our Shanu, our Manu is not breathing. See, the heartbeat has stopped. Oh, Shanu wants to know, do you love her? I was like, you know, seriously, I want to listen, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? I kept quiet. But when she went on taking... See, the thing is, I don't like people taking me for granted. And the person that I was 9 years ago, at that time, I was like, okay, yes, even though I was, I had my ego, and, even those days I wouldn't take shit. She was my soft corner. She meant a lot to me. But today, you're not my fucking girlfriend. You're nothing. You're just an old memory. But you need to give me fucking respect. Like I give you fucking respect. I fucking put her in her place. And I literally told her, I'll fucking destroy your name. Don't try to fuck around, She vanished, and that was that. But in hindsight, when I look at it, I was like, fuck, man. If I had married this girl, my life would be destroyed. The girl fucking smokes, drinks, has been banging guys one after another. Like that time my close friend told me, oh, she must be a nymphomaniac. Now, I'm not trying to hate on her or whatever. But come on, man. And on top of that, she's born diabetic. So just imagine getting married to someone who has health issues. On top of that, smokes. On top of that, drinks. On top of that, likes to go out with friends. On top of that, has so many demands. On top of that, has entitlement. On top of that, is fucking immature. Now, the reason I'm sharing this is not to badmouth her. It's to tell you the choices that we fucking make in the past, we'd never make. Now, I'm not trying to say that this Aamir Khan's wife is a bad choice. I'm just saying that she's different, he's different. See, look at Aamir Khan 20 years ago. Look at his movie. Or look at his movie when he was in Qayamat Se Qayamat Tak, which was his first movie. And look at his movies later on. How much has he changed? Look at the roles that he has taken on. So, people change, okay? Now, with regards to this love jihad, oh goodness, our Hindu friends, when they have nothing else to think about, I think they get a brain fart. Love jihad, oh. Now, is that happening? Yes, it's a reality that many of them believe the more they marry Hindu girls and get them converted, they are doing Allah's wish. They believe that. And when you get children, convert them to Muslims. And obviously 4 wives, so you can multiply 4 times. That's why when they claim the fastest growing religion, it's because you're breeding like rabbits. Okay? Okay, now having said that, if Aamir Khan had the love jihad concept, why the fuck to wait 15 years? It seems his previous relationship, some Dina or Deepa or I don't know what is the previous name. His first relationship was 16 years. This relationship is 15 years. I mean, if he had a love jihad concept, wouldn't it be a better idea to do it every year? In that way, you can get much more conversions faster. And then, let's keep this in mind. If you're trying to say that every Muslim guy or every Muslim actor or actress has love jihad in mind, then what about Salman Khan? What about Shah Rukh Khan? Why they are not doing it? Oh, no. But Aamir Khan says, shut up, man. Stupid. And then I think lastly it comes down to this one. Aamir Khan is bad, Kiran Rao is good. Here, let me ask you, how do you know her real character or his real character? Like, for example, me, what I tend to show you online is maybe an intellectual guy and all that. This is the role I take as a communicator who communicates to you on the YouTube channel, okay? But as a husband, I'm totally something else. You ask my wife, she'll say he's a very boring, unromantic, which I am. Boring, unromantic, bossy guy, okay? As a lover, where I used to be a playboy and satisfy female, today I'm fucking boring. I want to get it over with fast. Those days I would take Viagra and hold myself and control and go on for hours and hours. Today I'm thinking like, why the fuck to go for hours and hours? Just finish it off in 2-3 minutes. So, how do you know? Like, when I speak to clients and customers, I'm totally different. When, people get surprised. They're like, oh, Loy, would you abuse me? Why should I abuse you? You're my client. But I'm pretty firm. So, there are different roles and different hats that I wear. In the same way, Aamir Khan what he portrays in the movies, that of a hero, is different. What he portrays as a businessman is different. What he portrays as maybe a spokesperson for a brand is different. In the house, he's different. Now, I'm not trying to say he's good in the house or bad in the house. We don't know. In the same way, Kiran Rao also. I'm pretty sure she has different roles. Now, we are not aware who's a pain in the ass. Let me tell you, I know some girls personally. If you meet them, you'll think they are the most amazing leaders, most amazing businesswomen, most amazing, mature, thought provokers. But I'll tell you, in terms of relationship, fuck, they suck. They're fucking pain in the ass, man. They're terrible. Some of them are like control freaks. Some of them are like nagging. And some of them are crazy. Some of them want mad sex. And there are so many parts to your personality. So we don't know Aamir Khan and this one. So, see, overall what I'll tell you is, bottom line is this. Two consenting adults, if they don't feel their relationship is working, or either one doesn't feel, then why to stay in the relationship? For what? For public approval? For societal blessings? To look good? It's not fucking working out. Move on. That's what I did. Why do you think I got divorced? Because I realized this is not the fucking relationship I wanted to be in for the rest of my life. No. Your life is too short. Too short to be in a job, be in a relationship, be in a country, be in whatever that you do not like. You just have one life. So when you have one life, why don't you make the most out of it? Is Aamir Khan a good guy? I don't know. Is Kiran Rao a good or bad person? I don't know. But all I can tell you is, two consenting adults. Things are not working out, move on. And why do people get upset about it? It's their fucking life. I mean, why you bothered? Did you pay money? Did you take care of them? Is that your child? Mind your fucking business, no? You can have an opinion, but don't, fucking boycott him, bastard, this, that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, this is my view. Love to know your thoughts. Okay? You guys take care.